Hey, hello, my name is Danny. Thank you so much for joining me on this beautiful Saturday morning for another Saturday speed build. Today we are going to be recreating this house from The Sims 2, 95 Woodlane Drive, I believe it is, or corner, something like that. Anyways, it came with Pleasant View. In the original Sims 2 game, it was one of my other favorite houses to always play in, was this one, and the house that I made when I originally started this channel that I recreated for the Sims 4 game. This house was a little bit difficult for me to get the placement of. I thought this lot was perfect for it, and it was, but just finding the right sizing for it was a little bit more difficult than I thought it would be. I basically just visually looked at what the layout was for the original one and made it. I didn't have any indications of what the lot size was supposed to be or anything that I couldn't remember, and very little research went into it because I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm gonna build, and this is what we're gonna do. I wanted to kind of throw back to a little bit of a nostalgic feeling that I had. But if you are new here, if you're new to my Sims builds that I do, I like to make mine a little bit more chatty. It's not going to be about the entire build. I'm not really going to talk too much about the process because you can see what I am doing, I guess. If you don't want to hear me talk, absolutely okay. I understand. Sometimes I don't even want to hear myself talk. You can mute me and you can play your own song over this. Recommendation, you should play Swaco. Why? He's awesome. Two, because I said so. No, I'm just really into Swaco. I've been really listening to him a lot. He has a new song out called My Next Ex or Next Ex. Very catchy. My one complaint is that his songs aren't long enough. They're like 2 minutes, and I don't know why that's suddenly a popular time stamp for like songs these days. Is like 2 minutes and 18 seconds, and I have very strong opinions about how long a song should be. Okay, the ideal length of a song, in my opinion, is 3 minutes and 13 seconds. Okay, that is at least the minimum 3 minutes and 13 seconds. The maximum 3 minutes 51 seconds. The only songs that I accept being longer than those that I think are good, one, Bohemian Rhapsody, because duh, it's Bohemian Rhapsody. Two, Taylor Swift's version of All Too Well, the 10-minute long one, because it packs a powerful punch. I have a lot of opinions about the album. First of all, the opinion is fucking love it. Second of all, it's like my breakup album. It's my go-to. I can find a song even now, 10 years later, that is always relatable to a breakup that I'm going through. And I feel like Taylor Swift caught a lot of shit when she was, coming up. And I'll be honest, I was one of those people who like was kind of shitty because that was the cool thing to do. I hate it. Not that it personally impacted her because I never like tweeted her or was like bullied her or whatever. Just wasn't that big of a fan. That entire album changed my life and also changed my opinion of her completely because it is a musical masterpiece. And if you have never taken the time to listen to Taylor Swift other than what you hear on the radio, I seriously encourage you to listen to Red and then listen to 1989. All her other stuff is good too. I mean, there's some other songs that I like too. I love seeing her growth. But that one in particular, wow. I still put that on to cry in the shower in the bathroom sometimes when I'm having some emotional, me time. Taylor Swift, crying in the bathroom in the shower? Yeah, that's the way to do it. Get out, dye your hair blue to Swaco. Bam. Balance. That's what life is about. It's about balance. It's a good morning. I'm recording this on a Sunday, so it's a good morning. I need to go to work tomorrow because I haven't been to work in a hot minute, and I don't want to because where I'm going to work at is just not where I want to work at. I start a new job here soon in the next couple of days. Well, by the time you guys watch this, I might have already started the new job. I'm very excited about it. It'll be a little bit different because I'm working again Monday through Friday, like 8 to 4. So my dog is going to have a hard time with that, I think. But the stability, y'all, that'll be nice. I'm not sure yet how it's going to impact recording. I don't think it'll impact it too much since I do a lot of my recordings on the weekends. But of course, who knows? We will see. But for now, don't you fret. I just figured out the stinking schedule. I'm not about to change it again. For this house, I worked very hard originally. That's fact. Very hard originally on not using custom content. But because of who I am as a person, I ended up using custom content. So if you do go to download this house, my gallery ID is Danny Banani Boo. Make sure that you click to have modded options available to see on the gallery, or you will not see my house. You will not see most of what I build. I tried very hard, you guys, to not put custom content into it, but just there's just not enough clutter. There's not enough like little nicky nacky things, and I needed more. It didn't feel lived in enough for me, and I wanted it to feel homey. I wanted it to feel like a family lived there, you know? And so a family is messy. It has little stuff everywhere. It's got kids' toys. It's got, books and all this other stuff just everywhere. And I thought that it was important. And so custom content was able to give me what Sims game did not. All these packs that they're coming out with, no, all these kits that they're coming out with, and they can't like make a freaking clutter kit. If they made a clutter kit, people would go nuts. I think a clutter kit would probably be like one of their best sellers. If it was nothing but just a decorative clutter and but like clutter that you could also like have individual pieces of to where like you wanted to like make it your own thing, they would make so much money. People I think would be pretty happy. I mean, well, okay, first of all, no one's ever gonna be completely happy because the community of the Sims community is one of the roughest communities, I think, to be a part of when it comes to opinions on packs, opinions on gameplay. I mean, it's for a game that is supposed to be so individualized. There's some like very big, gatekeepy, clicky type stuff. I happen to moderate a Sims group on Facebook. I'm a moderator for the group, and um, the last update, y'all, our group at the time had like 40,000 people in it, was off the chain with like opinions about the pack, glitches. I mean, every other post was something to do with the game glitching or something like that. And it got to be bananas because there's so many different opinions and everybody plays a little bit differently. And that's one thing like in the group that we've had to remind people is like people play differently than you do. So what's not a big deal to you is a huge deal to other people. So maybe people wouldn't like a clutter kit. I'm sure somebody would complain about it. Somebody would have an issue. But if you're a builder and you're somebody who likes the realism in games, even if you're not a big builder, but you're just like, downloading things that are already made, clutter is a huge thing. You know, because this table, I put a lamp on it. I think I put some like books or something like that on it, and then I put a plant, which is all fine and dandy. But could you imagine if you could like get a stack of mail to clutter it up with, or like a bowl with like keys in it? Something clutterful. I want it to be clutterful. That's what I want. So I don't know. Maybe I'll get into modding and I'll just make my own custom content. She says with very little time to do anything else she wants to do. I wish I could dedicate the time to learning how to do custom content and mods. Anybody who does and is able to do them, I applaud you. And that's a whole other thing, like the whole EA decision about paywalls and all that jazz. Nobody read the post. Nobody read what it was supposed to say, which was just you can't put it behind a paywall for forever, which is how it's always been. You can't put it behind a paywall forever. You can give people early access. They were fine with that, but you have to eventually release it to the public. There are quite a few creators who do not do that. And personally, I feel like they should be penalized for it. I'm sorry, like, not sorry at the same time, because I get that it's your income, but if you are supposed to make it free after 2 or 3 weeks, make it free. Make new stuff. Stop putting it behind a paywall, especially if it's years old and most likely probably glitchy because you haven't updated it. You know, that's a big thing that people sometimes forget is how to basically. Wow, every thought that I just had just left my damn mind. Um, Oh, yeah, that's what people forget is to release it for everybody else because you are borrowing the content of EA. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not like, oh my god, EA is amazing. You know, there's issues, obviously. But still, I'm not sad that people had to redo how they had been doing custom content to release it to people. The kids' room was an interesting thing that I did because I had them share a room. And typically, I don't make kids share rooms in the Sims game. And I was thinking about that. And I think it's because growing up, I never had to share a room. So to me, it's not normalized in my brain of sharing a room. But I'm glad that I tried something new. It turned out really cute. I wanted it to be like these two little brothers, share a room, and the older brother kind of wants his own space because it's not cool sharing a room with your toddler brother, but the toddler just like loves everything that the older brother does, and they're just kind of like joined at the hip with him. And the more that I played it, the more I just fell in love with this like imaginary family that I don't even have. I messed around with the backyard a bit. I do end up taking out that slide just because it's so silly, but I was trying to make it work to where like it could slide onto the grass because I was like, well, I wouldn't want the toddler to fall and hurt their head on the cement. I don't want them to get hurt, and I couldn't make it work in the grass. So I took it out because in my brain it didn't work safely. So they didn't need to have a slide that they couldn't slide into grass on. I do replace it with a kiddie pool, which I think in this backyard kind of just worked a little bit better anyways. I added in this little like shaded like nestled under the tree area, and I think it looks cute for the backyard. The parents' room, I kind of just made it a mishmash of like pieces that, they hadn't really worried about updating their furniture because they've got two kids. That was their main priority. I did rearrange where the window or the mirror and the dresser were placed. And then this was around the time that I gave up on the whole no custom content thing because I found these pictures that I wanted to size up, and I did. I sized them up and I put them against this wall. And here it comes. You're going to see them in a little bit. But I decided that I wanted to do it because it added a little bit more of a realistic feature to me in that it felt cluttered and it felt like it was an incomplete project. So the pictures are like leaning up against the wall and they look almost like, the wife had been wanting to hang them and had been waiting for her husband to help her hang them. And he just like hadn't gotten around to it. Here they are. So they're just kind of chilling there until they can get around to hanging them up. Which honestly, if you're anybody, if you're a person, I feel like is relatable of just like, oh yeah, I'll get to that eventually. Oh yeah, I'm gonna hang those up eventually. And then before you know it, you have a box called your fuck it box of things that you forgot about because you can't remember where anything is and you've lost everything, but you still think you're gonna hang up that poster from a concert 7 years ago. Am I talking about myself? Yes, I actually am. I'm talking about myself 100%. This bathroom is the only thing that I changed as far as like design goes from base game of Sims 2 to this. It does not have the same layout of the shower, sink, and toilet because the bathroom is really big for its size. It's kind of huge. It's a little weird, um, but it works. So that's what matters. Is it works, and I made it work, well enough for it that it is cute. But I guess like having a bigger bathroom would be helpful if everybody's crowding around, trying to get in. Then having a bigger bathroom will help. But it felt weird because I felt like this could almost be an office, or you could like split this. You could honestly, if you needed to, split that bathroom, make it smaller, and add like a very, very, very tiny nursery to it. If you like had another kid, and you're like, oh, we need to expand. You could do that. I like the way that this house turned out so much that I actually want to add it to my regular gameplay and the world that the save that I have where I do play The Sims more than just building and creating content for my channel. Do any of you guys have like a favorite house that you guys played in The Sims 2? If you do, let me know what it was because I want to check it out. Because there's some houses that were empty that I saw like in the Wikipedia about it that I never touched. Like I never played with them, and now I kind of wish that I had. I wish that I had gone back and played with them. I don't know. Maybe that's something that we can explore. If you think that you'd want to watch like a Sims 2 like let's play or like a nostalgia throwback, let me know because I have it. I'll install it on my computer. We'll see how it goes. It'll be a little different without all the mods, but hey, it could still be pretty fun. That's the one thing that I liked about The Sims 2 is there was that mod, Autonomous Romance Creator, ARC mod, I think it was. And it basically does what like MCC and Neighborhood Stories does, but it does it like in one mod. And it was insane the progression that it gave and the story play that it like helped encourage. I freaking loved it so much. But this does end up being a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It is in the rustic section of Willow Creek. Here we are going to go into some video of it so that you can see what it looks like. And if you like this, like I said, you can find it on the gallery. My ID is Danny Banani Boo. Make sure that you click to enable custom content or you will not find it, my beans. You won't find it because I play with custom content. and I couldn't not put it in here. Sorry, I suck. I know. But yeah, if you liked it, download it. Let me know how you like it. If you make any changes to it, feel free to let me see it. Tag me on Twitter. Danny Banani Plays is my Twitter. I might be making an Instagram too for it. I do have a Tumblr for it, but it's not something that I update all the time. Twitter is really the better option to get my attention on it so that I can see it faster and then I can respond and interact with you guys. If you missed it yesterday, I had my first stream for the 100 Baby Challenge, the drunk one. And if you missed it, please, 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 please go ahead and check it out. I'm gonna upload it. It'll be uploaded onto this channel by the time you see this, so that you can watch the version. It'll be unedited. You'll see every little part of it, every awkward silence, every little thing. But I think it makes it more fun to drink along that way than it being pre-recorded like I had been doing. And that will typically happen, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm planning, it'll be Friday nights at 8 p.m. because I don't have to work Saturdays, and so I can get drunk and not feel like crap for drinking. I hope that you have a wonderful day, evening, morning, whatever it is you're doing, wherever you are. I hope that your heart is filled with joy and that you enjoy this coming week. I will talk to you soon.